Greetings and welcome. This is Rajiv Makni on the Gadget 360 show, and today we've got it all. So much great stuff to cover on the show. We'll start off with a brand new vacuum cleaner from Dyson. You know, these guys are the Apple of vacuum cleaners. The V15 is power packed with 7 attachments. Your cleaning routines are more or less hassle-free. Nice LCD screen displays the volume of particles that are actually found. Great stuff on this. We'll tell you how the sensors work, what is the overall intelligence built inside. Then we'll show you some incredible stuff from Dell. You know, we talk about storage all the time. Now, Dell is one of the biggest players in the enterprise storage space. But this is where they are a little different. Normally, we think of storage as dumb storage, like take a few files, put them in when you need them, retrieve them. But this is sustainable, smart AI and analytical built storage. Then we'll move on to the Realme Pad X, made for creators and students. Very portable, lightweight, packed with Dolby Atmos support, sleek, slightly plasticky finish, but great value for money. And then for all you GoPro fans, I have great bad news. Yes, I have a GoPro killer, the Insta360 One RS Twin Edition. It's for all you adventure and thrill seekers and everyone else. Perfect for vlogging, great for camera enthusiasts, no shaky footage, very stable footage, extremely portable, and the big one, it has a 360-degree lens. So all of that to show you, all of that to review. Let's get started with today's show. And our top story today is the Dyson V15. Nice cordless vacuum, powerful suction power. Sensors monitor dust particles 15,000 times a second. Very, very major motor inside. 1,25,000 RPM. Super efficient. And it will give you a runtime of about 60 minutes. Very powerful, more than the previous Dyson V12 and others. This is very, very powerful. It grabs and seals 99.9% of dust and has 7 attachments too. Priced at about 62,900. Look, it is a Dyson. It's got to be premium.
Have problems? We'll fix it. This seems to be Dyson's approach to its users' home cleaning complaints. It has enhanced the global household appliance industry. The brand deeply understands the consumer and improvises before the next lineup. The latest in this lineup, the Dyson V15 Detect. We tested the capabilities of the device based on its claim of tracking microscopic dust for scientific proof of a deep clean. If this is true, this might be the most premium vacuum cleaners of all. Let's find out. Powerful at 240 watts, comprising of some of the best intelligence systems, the device is an upgrade on the Dyson V12. It doesn't use all the horsepower in one go. Rather, switches based on dust particles. This is where things get interesting. The piezo sensor reads dust particles entering the vent and relays this information onto a LCD screen. When dust hits, the sensor monitors these particles 15,000 times a second. Based on the volume, it automatically increases the suction power when large deposits of dust are found. As for the body, the Dyson V15 Detect is visually distinctive and premium looking. Even though we've tested other vacuums from the brand, this one feels and looks more superior, and it is. To provide the right balance of power and runtime, the Dyson V15 Detect offers 60 minutes of fade-free suction along with an advanced 5-stage filtration system. A 1.5 degree angle green laser diode collects dust invisible to the naked eye. The 56 polycarbonate teeth and the detangling comb prevents tangling around the bristles. The anti-tangle attachment on the hair screw tool picks up long hair and pet hair with speedy efficiency. All really impressive features, we must say. Compared to the Dyson 12, the V15 has 1.5 times more suction and 54% more bin capacity. With redesigned, cleaner heads and 3 options to choose from, Eco, Medium and Boost, it carries the legacy forward but with significant changes. The Eco mode alone can give you roughly 60 to 70 minutes of usage on a single charge. V15 has a hyperdynium motor which spins up to 1,25,000 RPM. Its fully sealed system captures dust and seals 99.99% microscopic particles as small as 0.3 microns as claimed by Dyson. But it's got another downside. We did feel that for large households you might have to shell more for another battery. So when one battery charges, the other can be used for your cleaning routine. At 240 watts, the cordless vacuum cleaner is way more dynamic than most products in this range. Hard surface cleaners need this range to function efficiently, but at 3 kgs, this is slightly bulkier and holding for long hours can become cumbersome. Another important point to remember when you consider Dyson V15 is that it is not cheap. But then again, the chances of it working long term is high. Of course, with maintenance. Priced at Rs 62,900, this vacuum cleaner is definitely the most powerful we have found, although it comes with its own cons. Assess accordingly before your next vacuum cleaner purchase.
Let's move on now to our next story, and this is smart storage, especially for large organizations, enterprise and corporates. Dell is, of course, the leader in this segment here in India. But when you think of storage, you usually think of dumb storage, right? This is a modern storage solutions. It's intelligent, it's smart, it's sustainable. It gives business a very secure and flexible environment. At the end of the day, data in and data out is really nothing but garbage, right? What do you do with that data really matters. And that's where Dell's new portfolio completely takes AI and smartness to a whole new level.
The world is creating an exponentially large amounts of data. Companies are gathering terabytes and petabytes of data every day. All of this creates a massive need for efficient and effective storage for this data. This is where Dell comes in with their new customized solutions for enterprise storage. Dell is one of the leaders in corporate enterprise storage, and they've just introduced a brand new portfolio of products starting with the Dell PowerMax. This is one of their most trusted and secure storage, just 2 racks and you can get up to 80 petabytes of storage. Another is the Dell PowerStore, which has high performance and a lot of capacity. The third product is Dell PowerFlex, which alone has 200 plus software innovations. It's a really flexible and fluid architecture in the industry. This new portfolio from Dell not only gives you more storage, it also improves data security, safety, but most importantly, it gives you more intelligence for data analysis. It uses AI, so it's smart, it's fun, and it's much more environment friendly. These new innovations will propel Indian businesses on their mission towards digital transformation. Let's now take a look at the launch and speak to Mr. Manish Gupta, Vice President and General Manager, Infrastructure Solutions Group, Dell Technologies, India.
So Manish, the interesting thing was that as we were going through it and I've reviewed them and I've given my opinion on the whole thing, I think the thing that really strikes me is that there's been a lot of thought process that has gone into this for a very, the digital transformation that is taking place, how businesses will get affected. And that's my first question. How are they getting affected in this very competitive world with everything that is so dramatically changed?
First thing that we need to realize, Rajiv, is that the rate of change is increasing drastically. What we have seen over the last decade or so is unparalleled. Industries are getting completely disrupted. There were businesses that were very traditional and they have become completely digitally native. And that is exactly the impact that Indian businesses are also seeing. They are not competing only with their peers in India, but they're also competing with peers globally. Now, if they have to change and if they have to have the end-to-end visibility of their customers, of their supply chain, of their vendors, and of their employees, they need to digitally transform themselves.
We live in a different world now where hybrid working, thank God at least they're not locked down and work from home only. Hybrid working, pandemics, the kind of thing that actually makes a big difference to, like you said, businesses have got disrupted all over the world. What are these solutions? Have they been customized to that? What is Dell actually coming up with solutions for people that are working in a dramatically different world from before?
The power of technology is really what made the businesses run seamlessly over these years during the pandemic years, right? Now, what has changed is the storage level or the data that was getting created earlier versus now is significantly different. Organizations are dealing with 10 times more data as compared to what they used to deal with just 5 years back. The data is growing at twice the pace every single year, right? Now, as all of this happens, you need to have solutions through which organizations can get insights out of data. Data by itself is worth nothing unless you get intelligence out of it, and that intelligence can then be used to create new business models, to cut down on cost, to optimize the business processes, to optimize the operations. Now, all of those things is really what these solutions will help our customers achieve.
Okay. And, how can Indian businesses meet storage and data protection objectives to prepare for the future of work?
What's happening in the world is there are a lot of cyber attacks every single day. We have done a study and 63% of the customers globally came and said that they have had a cyber attack in just the last 12 months. Okay. Also going back to the fact that, there are so many remote workers, hybrid workers today, the sphere of vulnerability has increased drastically. So it is very important that the entire end-to-end gamut of products and solutions is cyber resilient. Organizations need to not just be able to detect or protect, but also be able to recover in case there's a cyber attack that happens. So those are the things that we are bringing on table. We are securing not just the periphery, but we are securing the infrastructure products right at the core. There's stuff like root of trust, there's stuff like secure access that we are bringing inherently into the product, making some of these the most secure solutions that exist today.
Right. So, we've spoken about the overall umbrella requirements and how you're coming up with solutions that are almost tailor-made for the new world we live in. But today, what you've done out here, the launch that you've had out here, are some very specific products. So, can you tell me the 2 or 3 that you think are game changers and why?
What we have really done is there are 500 plus software innovations. But if I were to talk just 2 or 3 products, I'll start with PowerMax, which is the most trusted and the most secure mission critical storage that we have in the world, right? What we are bringing is up to twice the performance, up to 14 times the capacity. Just a 2-rack solution can have as much as 80 petabytes of storage. Again, extremely secure with cyber vaults already integrated within the solution. The second product that I would talk about is PowerStore. Again, 50% plus performance, 66% plus capacity. All of these things really make these products not just mid-range, but enterprise-grade products. The third that I'll talk about is PowerFlex. With PowerFlex 4.0, there are 200 plus software innovations just in PowerFlex alone. It's one of the most flexible, one of the most fluid architecture that today exists in the industry.
All right, sounds great. So Manish, we're going to keep tracking this entire ecosystem. Congratulations again for doing some really revolutionary work out here. And as impressed we are, I hope the enterprise partners are also. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Manish. Thank you. Our next story is the Realme Pad X. Realme now coming into the tablet market. Pretty good stuff. Snapdragon processor on this with 5G processors. Fast, great for all kind of applications. Battery is also pretty good, 8430 mAh battery. You will get work, play and entertainment out of it. 33 watt Dart charger. All of it is good, including the Dolby Atmos quad speakers. Gives out nice surround sound. The screen is fantastic. 10.95, so almost 11 inches of nice bright 450 nits screen, 105-degree wide-angle front camera. Not such a good camera. I wish they had done a better job with that. And it's priced very, very well.
It is not until you actually start searching for a tablet under Rs 30,000 that you realize how many options you actually have. Yes, it is not just the Samsungs and the Apples, but the mid-tier tablet segment is teeming with offerings from Xiaomi, Oppo, Lenovo, and even companies like Panasonic. And entering this highly competitive market is the sleek-looking tab from Realme, the Pad X5G. We were almost fooled by the finish on the back, thinking it was glass. But on a closer examination, it turns out to be plastic with a good finish. Not a big fingerprint magnet, but it is bound to get scratched, especially when carried with stationery, as its targeted market would. It sports an 11-inch 1920 x 1200 WUXGA+ display, which is common in this price range, giving a 1080p output. But the 60Hz display does feel sluggish and outdated. The viewing angles are good, and yet at 450 nits peak brightness, we had to scramble for a shade to use on bright sunny days. The sound, however, was quite surprising. The quad speaker system gets decently loud without distorting and gives quite a balanced soundstage with its Dolby Atmos support. Sadly, this is where the good things start to disappear. The Pad X comes with Snapdragon 695 6nm processor. This is a decent enough processor for a low to mid-range phone, but the optimization for an 11-inch laptop fails to bring out brilliance. We noticed slight jitters in app launch animations. The loading time was also longer than usual. It's not about the numbers, the lag was visible in our day-to-day use as well. Part of it could also be blamed on the fact that the base variants come with only 4GB of RAM and 64GB storage. Even a 6GB and 128GB unit had these failings. We hope Realme makes this better with software tweaks in the future. It also lacks a Touch ID support and relies on its basic PIN input, which again was a letdown. The camera wasn't that great either. The 13MP wide angle gave inconsistent results, even in well-lit conditions. It also lacks a dedicated flash, which would have come in handy in a student's toolkit. The Pad X evenly distributes its 500 grams across the body, making it comfortable to hold and consume content. But there again, the lack of the Widevine L1 certification means that content from major carriers like Netflix and Prime will be locked at 480p. The 7.1 mm thin body houses an 8340 mAh battery, and the box includes its 33-watt charger, which put together is its saving grace. Price starts at Rs 19,999 for the base variant with Wi-Fi model for 4GB plus 64GB storage. The Pad X will have a hard time going toe-to-toe with the existing champions of the segment.
Let's take a quick break right now on the show. When we come back, lots more happening on the Gadget 360 show. All you GoPro fans, I have a story for you, but this is not a feel-good. If you've bought a GoPro recently, you're going to be depressed. The Insta360 One RS Twin Edition is brilliant. 4K boost length, 48 megapixel, really nice, clear, bright pictures. The big one, 360-degree camera lens, gets the whole horizon of the surrounding. Camera is waterproof to 16 feet, half-inch, 48 megapixel image sensor, gives you fantastic 4K 60 frames per second videos, and great stabilization also. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. Priced at about 45 to 50,000 rupees.
Packing a punch and a half, the Insta360 One RS Twin Edition has been the talk of town, especially for being compared to the GoPro. But today we're here to see how this super portable camera is suitable for your next adventure and whether it is worth the investment. We took the Insta360 One RS Twin Edition on our adventures within the city. Our first experiment was to establish the easeability of carrying a device. To use the camera on a bike, you'd have to additionally purchase the bike mount and helmet gear, as this is not provided in the box. The best feature of the cam is flow state. It is a stabilizing mode that Insta360 developed to eradicate shaky footages. Run, play, go on an impromptu bike adventure. The camera knows how to capture without jerks. At 135 grams, it is lightweight and has a sturdy build quality. By default, the core and the camera lenses face the opposite sides, but one can make them face the same direction to have a selfie-like shoot. One just needs to rotate the camera lens and plug it to the core and the battery output. The red-colored battery output has points and hinges that fit smoothly when the camera is set up. The preview screen is touch-enabled that allows you to change camera settings, but at 1.25 inches the screen is disappointing and uncomfortable, especially if you're someone with large hands or thick fingers. This probably is a good enough reason why the Insta360 app is going to be your knight in shining armor. The choices provided here are rich and varied: editing, video tutorials, how-tos. Insta360's application provides AI-edited shots, videos and pictures, making it hassle-free for the user to edit on the go. You can also edit them manually. But here too, things get overwhelming as the app tries to inundate the user with so many options, it's easy to get lost here. So why should one go for an Insta360 One RS? Well, the answer is thinly stretched, and we are going to bounce from the main USP to the smaller nitty-gritties. First up, it is an action camera geared for your spontaneous adventures. It gives you the flexibility without any compromises on quality, which explains why they made it waterproof. You can dive up to 16 feet without giving a second thought. Switch between shooting 360-degree shots and wide angle. The best is given here with 4K lens at 60 fps and 48 megapixels, or go full widescreen with the 6K mode. Use the invisible selfie stick to up your vlogging game and keep viewers enticed how you even got that crazy shot. The 360 horizon leveling is a pro at leveling your shots without any jerks. The mounting bracket also has the windproof mic cover, which helps unwanted wind noises from getting recorded. We can go on and on, but the features we highlighted here are just getting started. Priced at approximately 49,990 rupees, the device is immaculate, and for a camera aficionado, this device is heaven. But if you're a newcomer in the vlogging space, this might be a tad overwhelming for you to handle.
That then is the Gadget 360 show for this week. Next week, we're going to come to you directly from New York. Why am I going there? Well, you'll have to tune in to find out.